We are alive right now and we're singing a song for you. Do, 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 do. And if we share what's in our heart, that's the thing that we do. Do, do, do. We have a love morning with gratitude. We share some good stories and attitude. We come together and make up this song. How could you ever sing along? Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am Halcyon. This is the Love Morning Daily Gathering. It is a meetup. It is an opportunity to be reminded that we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people. In a world filled with darkness, it is so wonderful to know that we're not alone. There are so many bright lights. Good morning, Time Bandit. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Gerbot. Peter says the impromptu song is the best part of a day. Well, that's nice to hear because every time when I'm midway in the song, I go, this was a bad idea. But it's kind of a nice, the reason why I do it is I jump immediately into kind of a little bit of a free fall. It's like a spank. Like, oh, wow. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Good morning, Amy. Oh, what a treat. Yay, good to see you. Been thinking about you a bunch. We actually looking forward to a visit if that is still on the calendar for end of the year, and we've rearranged some things in this house, but we're making sure that we have a wonderful place for you to land if you would like to stay in San Diego. Natasha says, I make up a song every morning to wake up my kiddo too. This morning she said, what song is that? So I guess I'm doing a pretty good job sounding like a pop star. Nice work. Good morning, Dragonlight. Good morning, The Rod. Thank you. Sounds good, Amy. This is a daily practice. It is an opportunity for us to come together, know that we're not alone, share some gratitude. There is such a beautiful gift in publicly sharing gratitude, helping other people to be more aware of the things in life to be grateful for. Actually, what came up in my Facebook memories today was a poster that I had made from my TEDx talk, which was like 10 plus years ago, where I talked about Crapper Cone. And man, I sure enjoy my Facebook memories. I've done some fun stuff. Also in my Facebook memories, the two things other interesting thing. One was a pink porch camp that when Burning Man was canceled, we set up a Burning Man theme camp in my front yard and served ice cream. And so that's been fun because it started during Burning Man and then we left it up for 6 weeks. So now I'm continuing to get these Facebook memories of 3 years ago. Good morning, Razor Blade. I'm in San Diego, California. Where are you and what are you grateful for? I am grateful for a walk this morning with my beloved Lisa and wonderful conversation and connection. And I'm so grateful for our shared sense of humor. And sometimes my sense of humor requires a level of trust and connection. And there's like sometimes a subtle or overt kind of tease in there, and you need to have a bunch of trust and an awareness of where someone's heart is for that kind of joking to work. So I'm grateful to have that kind of trust. Natasha says, most of my Facebook memories today are Me Too type memes, sadly. I've been watching The Morning Show on Apple Plus. Has anyone seen that? I'm actually on season 2. I didn't know there's now a season 3. But I think it's a very entertaining look at a fictionalized Matt Lauer story, basically, of a morning show and how a network deals with sexual harassment. And I think I've been enjoying it. And as I've been watching 80s movies for the Hard on the 80s podcast, which I hope that you are enjoying. As I look at the things that were acceptable in the 80s, and the level of, overt sexism and misogyny and the sexual harassment that was considered just funny, and that was projected as funny. Like the landscape of media was reinforcing, like, this is okay, this is funny. And to see how overt that was in the 80s compared to now, as dark as the stories of the Me Too, chapter were, what an important and necessary shift. I know that even as someone who considers myself to be quite progressive, that there were things that I learned, things that I was unaware of, the depth of struggle and situations like, not to get too deep into this, but like, I've talked to men who felt like women love being hit on. They're always laughing, and it's like, and then you talk during the Me Too, people are like, we laugh because it's the only safe response. Even if you're a good guy, eventually one of those guys who's hitting on you, when you say, please, no, thank you, they react violently and negatively and aggressively. And so the only response that is safe is to be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And so there's this weird, like, affirmation, or many guys, I've never been one who like cat calls or anything like that, but I saw and witnessed guys who did that and were under the impression that it was appreciated. And the Me Too era helped to like illuminate. Good morning, Apex. And Peter, I am so glad that you are appreciating my theme songs. Chicks dig it, says Natasha. Exactly. It's flattering. And sometimes because a guy who has never experienced that fear and never been in that situation thinks that being complimented, even in an aggressive way, would be so flattering. I used to like go, oh man, I would so love to be objectified. And in the early internet days, when I first got a webcam and was taking my shirt off and dancing, and anonymous people were saying forward things to me, I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. I've always wanted to be objectified for my body. But that is the luxury of someone who has not been a victim of a culture that demeans them for their entire life. Gerbot says, I'm grateful for my hairstylist, who I'm seeing today and have had for over 20 years. That's impressive. That is loyalty. That person could probably cut your hair blindfolded. Welcome, Portugal Burner, and Gogo Roxanne, and Lady Gaia. Thank you, Natasha. Apex is grateful for the abundant sunshine and good vibes today. Nice. Peter says, is it acceptable to drink alcohol while watching these love mornings? While I mentally honor the brave sober who are also watching. Absolutely. Yes, I am currently on an indefinite journey of sobriety from my problem substances. In fact, I just hit 7 months. And but I am certainly one who has had many a beautiful experience with chemicals, and will continue to, certain chemicals and medicines. And so as long as your behavior is not problematic, I trust you to ingest whatever it is that works for you. The Rod says, from what I've seen, everyone gets objectified, just in different ways. I think, what the Me Too movement, I think, was really good at showing is that there's I think, and I don't mean to push back on you, but that's kind of like saying all lives matter. Yes, absolutely. And it's not the objectifying of men that is an oppressive force in our culture, even though it might happen. And I don't want to get too deep into that. If you are here for the first time, welcome. I'm right now live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So if you hear me talking to somebody and you're like, who's he talking to? I could be talking to all sorts of people. And hopefully as you hear their names, like Dadana and Miss Caro, who really keeps sending me requests to be on camera, but I'm not going to pull anyone on camera. So my apologies. You can stop requesting. As you hear these names, you can be just aware of the presence of like-minded, open-hearted people around the world. And then as we pass people in the streets, we can say hello and good morning on the off chance that they are either one of us or hungry to be more open and like one of us. Good morning, Pierre. Pierre is grateful I pistrf. I'm not sure if that is a typo or an acronym, but passed the exam. Yeah, right on. Congrats, superstar. Good morning, Janet. Janet is still grateful for my morning drawing practice. I'm getting better every day. Fun to witness growth through the doingness of it. Oh, that is inspiring. I'm going to write down that I really want to get more non-computer expressions. One of my big projects right now is I'm trying to I'm returning to my Pink Path coaching program and working on each chapter so that I can have some polished scripts and make a video recorded version of it that is available. That was my plan from the beginning, and my Facebook memories just popped up. I recorded like the first 3 scripts with a green screen, and then I watched myself reading my script, and I was so discouraged because I find that the energy that I witness in myself when I'm speaking off the cuff versus the energy I witness when I am doing a script is so different, so far apart. And so it was hard for me. So then I started doing it just kind of off the cuff. And then I started editing it and I would go, okay, I like the way I said that here. And this time I like the way I had said that here. And it just got overwhelming. And so I gave up, which is something I sometimes struggle with. So I'm trying to return to these scripts. Since that time, I've now done and coached people through the Pink Path, another, maybe 70, 80 people since then. So I think I have more, it's more fine-tuned to the program. And I've grown so much, which is another thing that's hard. It's like, do I keep the program as it is, or do I try to add in it the newest growth that I've gone through with regards to trauma and stuff? And I think where I'm coming through is no. Don't keep it as is, polished as is, as a kind of, this is my boot camp intro to a path of personal growth, to becoming more tuned into your gifts and to break free from limiting beliefs. Like that is what the Pink Path is. And then many people, after they do it, they, as you learn more about yourself, you go, oh, I need to work more on this trauma, or I need to work more on this. And then they find more specific growth. And I think it would be too all-encompassing to say, hey, let's start from open your mind and get all the way to your deepest trauma. Tracy Fu says, can I ask what your program is about? Yes. It's really a authenticity program. I'm trying to think how I explain it. It's geared towards people that have either gone to something like Burning Man or had an ayahuasca experience or have had glimpses of like, I can see my potential as a person. I know how I can be, but I don't know how to be that way in the default world. And so it's a program of kind of chipping away and giving you tools to discern and chip away from the beliefs that are holding you back. Find out what your gifts are, what lights you up, and then finding ways to courageously share those with the world. And that process of finding your gifts and sharing them can give you so much juice, so much strength, so much sense of purpose that it can energize you to do almost anything. So it's not like a, yeah, I should work on my elevator pitch, but that's the gist of it. Vesper is a graduate. Said, it's about self-actualization and practicing authenticity in the default world. Highly recommend. Thanks, Vesper. Amy says, good morning. Grateful for the rain in the mountains as we had 42 lightning strikes in September. Fire crews and camps now able to pack up and carry on to the next firefight needs. Nice. I heard someone else just talking about how much lightning that they saw. Kiri was saying that. Vesper says, I'm grateful for my immune system. I haven't gotten any of the bad symptoms of COVID, even though my partner has been down with the sickness since Sunday. He's finally feeling a bit better today, and I'm grateful for that. I've really been witnessing people have very diverse experiences with COVID lately, like super bad and also just very mild. My mom had it very mild recently. And in my camp at Burning Man, we had a couple people super mild and a couple people got hit bad. Tracy Fu says, is this along the same path as Matthew McConaughey with his road trip and green lights? I think there's a lot of overlap in that. Yeah. Alex says, you're on every platform. Why can't I escape? Good morning. This is Love Morning. We are sharing some gratitude. If you're grateful for something, I would love to hear it. I am feeling... I got another Facebook memory, several that came up. Another one, two more that came up that are inciting gratitude. One is in 2011, what's that, 12 years ago? I was a part of a Facebook replacement social media site called AnyBeat. I don't know if anyone is around for that, but it was a legit, Dimitri Shapiro was in charge of it, and it was before there was Google Plus, and we were trying to provide an opportunity for people to have a safe space where you could use a pseudonym and have conversations that were not tied to your permanent record. And it was a very educational experience. It's tough to get people to leave their social graphs, but I'm grateful for, speaking of all the platforms, Alex, that I got a chance to try to compete with Facebook 12 years ago. Dadana, hello to you in Germany. Enjoy your garden. Thank you for sharing with us. If you're still here, anything in your garden that you can tell us about? Any specific produce or plants or vegetables? Gerbot is grateful for a mild fire season this year here in Cali so far. Knock on wood. Yeah, we were just thinking about that. I mean, that crazy rain... Although hopefully it doesn't just push things back, because there was so much, extra, like the weeds and stuff have been growing. But yes, we may have had a survivable fire season, crossing fingers. Natasha is grateful for these new succulents I got that I haven't killed yet. Oh, I'm grateful for my favorite plant here. It's got 3 new stalks growing out of it, just when I thought it couldn't get any bigger. Tracy Fu, hello. Tracy Fu says, right now I'm grateful to have my feet up and a pile of cats on me after a hard day's work. Nice. Anyone else want to share any more gratitude? I guess the last, what did I say? AnyBeat. Oh, you wouldn't know from looking at me now, but I have been on the Splat Pink Fetish hair dye box for 20 years or something like that. And 2 years ago, they started releasing a different hair box with some different models on it. So I just saw something came up in my feed that said, "Hey, they're starting to replace me," but it didn't. They didn't do a full rollout because you can still see me in a lot of places. And I just checked again, and they have a new packaging. So apparently, the one they replaced me with maybe didn't test well or something or didn't sell well because they've now gone to a new replacement. So I'm hoping maybe they're still just testing that one, and I will reign supreme on the boxes forever. But I am grateful for this incredibly wacky, wild ride of being on the shelves of Walmart and Walgreens and CVS for the last 20 years and having so many people go, "I think I just saw you at the grocery store. I think I just saw you at Walmart." Okay. Victoria is grateful that the pomegranates are getting ripe. This is a beautiful fall. Natasha says, I have a bazillion hot peppers outside that need to be harvested before the serious winter. The Rod is grateful that I am still here to feel the sadness that hit me last night. It means I'm still here to find joy on the other side of this. What a wonderful crap or cone embracing the breadth of it awareness. Natasha says, it's really weird seeing your ex in all the stores. I can only imagine that would be trippy. Peter says, have your magnificent affirmative partner edit your off-the-cuff genius soliloquies onto paper. Well, I did actually, exactly, Peter. 2 days ago, I did read to her my scripts, and she gave me some great feedback as to less so on like the specific wording, but more like high-level conceptual things, which was great. Like I shared, because this program is not going to be face-to-face, so, and I won't be there in the moment. So if people have a question, it's not going to be easy to be answered. And so I've brought a lot of people through it, so I know some of the things that come up, but she had a few questions of like, where her mind went as I was introducing, for example, one of the assignments. And I go, oh, that's a great point. I need to address that when I explain the assignment. So I am leveraging the genius around me. Thank you, Peter. Vesper says, I love the white. I am not loving the white. I think I'm probably going to dye it in the next day or two. If you mean the white hair. It feels just so yellow to me. If I could make it white, I would love that, but it's hard. And my skin is so kind of like pink, and I'm whining. Hello, Izzy. And hello, Eleanor. Izzy says, I'm grateful for a great music industry conference I was at these last 3 days. I gave a Qigong workshop, and it was a success. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Izzy. Lisa Leverage for the win. Yes, Lisa is a accomplished workshop facilitator, and so I definitely listen to her when she has feedback. Good morning, Susan. Susan is grateful for my awesome husband who's been taking such good care of me. Yay! I love hearing that. Vesper says, I finally finished a massive inventory conversion update for my shop. Now I get to focus on more artistic things like curating displays and drawing on a sidewalk sign with my shitty kid art. Shittykidart.com. I love that. I just added the .com. I just like that as a whole genre. Well, we're about at half past. We're going to have a hug in a moment and head off into our days. If there's anything that you are grateful for or anything that you want feedback or thoughts about, we have or just want to share, recognizing that this is our opportunity each day to know that we're not alone. I had an opportunity this morning, went on a walk with Lisa, and we were in a deep conversation, but I still like I track the people that I'm passing, and if people are like exceptionally focused or head down or like I might not say hello, but if I catch their eyes, I always say good morning, and and Lisa goes, "You're a lot nicer person than me," and I was like, "I absolutely am." No, I didn't say that, but I just it's it's part of this practice of being a love ambassador. It's part of this practice of what are the teeny tiny ways that I can amplify my vibe, that I can create a ripple, you know. I mean, those teeny tiny little hello and good mornings, those little connections. Like there was the last couple, or the people we passed. I think it was like a 20-something guy and his parents. I think he was showing his parents his new apartment or something, because they were like, they had a card they're holding and they were kind of looking at his, and as we walked by, I said good morning, and the woman, the mom, her response to me was so, well, hello. And it was like I mean, I'm guessing she's from a small town, and she brought her small town energy to our interaction. And that is what I am trying to do. I think that this part of this vibe is like, can we make the world into a small town where we can greet one another like that? If that's just, if we just focus on that and then see what else are we inspired to do from that place? Victoria's saying the gratitude list is long. So lucky. Vesper says, I'm sure you know this, but a purple toner can get out some of the brassiness. Yeah. I use a purple shampoo and conditioner. But I guess I could use an actual chemical toner as well. Maybe I'll try that first. That's a good idea. I've been saying, maybe a topic for another time. Natasha says, I'm grateful for the opportunity to stay home and consider my feelings and thoughts about the chaos of my job that I've been so committed to for almost a decade. Thank you for sharing that. Hello, Martha, or Mirtha, I'm sorry. Good morning. Gerbot saying, it is a practice. It's a learned skill. Oh, I know what else I'm grateful for. I am grateful for Gerbot sharing some screenshots from the Pink Ride this year. I had my GoPro die right before the ride, and so I had no pictures of us riding our bikes. And so Gerbot had a picture of, he rode in front of the parade and had a couple shots looking back. And that was the moment of my burn that I wish that I had a picture of, like when I was doing the Pink Ride and I looked back and I saw all the people saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I was like, just the visual, the feel, I was like, oh, like remember this moment. And so in the weeks since then, I've been like, I wish I had a picture of that. So I'm super grateful, Gerbot, for you capturing that and for taking the time to find a screenshot from your video. Thank you. Thank you, Apex. And let's see, what did I just see? That go, Roxanne says, I'm grateful for your generosity. And my 4-pound, 16-year-old Chihuahua, who has just given me a signal. So I need to embrace her energy and go outside. Well, have a beautiful day. And with that, wherever you are, beautiful people, and Martha's grateful that it's summer, or it feels like summer. Whereas I'm grateful that it feels like fall. How wonderful. So wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big squeeze. Wherever you are, hold yourself. Know that we are being held by one another. Feel these arms representing mine and everyone else's arms, knowing it doesn't matter where your feet are. It matters where your heart is. And we can, through these digital tools, really amplify that feeling of connection that is always present. We're always interconnected. But in this moment, let's feel it strong. Let's feel the awareness of one another's gratitudes and our experiences and our days, our adventures, our struggles, knowing that as we share our triumphs and our struggles, the triumphs get magnified and the struggles can be soothed out, knowing that we're all on these journeys together. Sometimes we're at a super fun part, sometimes not. And as we share one another's experiences, it just magnifies the richness of life itself. So let's recognize that we're all doing the best we can. Hug one another as we take a deep breath in. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful ambassadors of love, thank you for being here for this love morning. I love you. Enjoy this Thursday. Know that you are making ripples in the world. People say, I just wish I could make a difference. You are. You can't help it. Now, what is the difference that you're going to make? Are you going to be someone who, when you cross someone's path today, that says hello and good morning and smiles and says thank you from a sincere place? You just made a difference. Are you going to be a person who absorbs positivity from other people? Are you going to be somebody that, well, you know what? I think I've expressed that. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you later, whether that is today in a gratitude circle. If you want to be in Zoom, we'll be there today, every day at noon and 6 p.m. And then there's another one at 3 a.m. Or maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. Maybe I'll even get Lisa back on camera. We'll see. We'll see. Enjoy your Lisa. I will. I definitely will. Thank you, Natasha. Bye, Doa.